Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hopeful Hearts podcast. I'm your host, Holly Perda, and this month we are going to be talking about bullying. So for this month's episode, I'm going to be having one very special guest who's going to be talking about bullying and how you can deal with it. And today's special guest is Mrs. Aminu from Warwick Valley High School Guidance Department, and I wanted to ask you, what is bullying?
So bullying is an aggressive behavior that is typically intentional and has like an imbalance of like power and strength. It's typically repeated over and over again. And there are a few forms of bullying. There's direct bullying, which you can see somebody picking on somebody on the playground. And then there's indirect bullying, where students tend to start rumors about each other that you really can't see it, for example. It's typically repeated. And unfortunately, there's the big bullying that's going on right now, and it has to do with technology and social media. So that really impacts students at home and in school.
So with that being said, what's the role of like a school personnel when dealing with bullying on school property?
So I feel our school administration does a really great job every year talking to the staff and the faculty, and especially the students, about what a safe school looks like. But we know when school starts, bullying does occur. If a student is reporting that they are being bullied, we take it very, very seriously. We will be in contact with the victim and the bully, as well as both of their parents, to come up with a plan to get the bullying to stop. Obviously, our first line of defense is supporting the victim. We want to make sure that the victim feels that he or she could continue to learn in a safe environment. And the other side of the coin is that we will support the bully to make sure that he or she understands the outcomes and the consequences of his or her actions.
And how can like a student like come in and help those who are being bullied?
So friends are a huge important factor when it comes to supporting a friend. We would tell a student, if you see somebody who's being bullied, a friend, sometimes the victim is kind of nervous and scared to report the situation. But that's when a friend could become involved and say, I will report it to an adult. That friend, nothing that he or she can do other than be a support system, to be a good listener for your friend. But please, that student needs to remember, the friend needs to remember, don't go and say something to the bully, okay? Let the adults take care of it. And that's where our school personnel or another adult will come into play.
And because of that, how can that affect a student's mental health?
So we do see, unfortunately, a lot of mental health issues. The two biggest ones that we see is depression and anxiety. And some of those signs and symptoms are sleep disorders, students not having proper nutrition, they have issues with eating. And then the worst case scenario is students don't come to school or suicidal ideations. We will want to obviously get them back in school. We see students who don't come back to school because of depression and anxiety. They may exclude themselves from their social group, from their friend group. Maybe they were part of extracurricular activities, and all of a sudden they just don't want to be involved with any of these clubs or activities that they were so involved with. But those are some of the signs and symptoms of depression that happens to students after they've been involved with bullying. So.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this month's Hopeful Hearts episode, and I'm so very grateful and thankful for each and every single one of you. So please go out there, spread the word. This is for our Girl Scout Gold Award project, So go out there, tell your friends about it, and I really hope that you enjoyed. So peace out, Girl Scout.